Once he was the man who defied America's idea of love for wives, one promise, and a dream built on faith. But now, Kody Brown stands alone, accused, heartbroken, and desperate to defend himself. 3 wives gone, 1 remains. And for the first time, the world finally sees what really broke the sister wives apart. By the time this story ends, the man who once said a love should multiply will learn what it means to be divided by it. And the twist? It's not who left him. It's who finally found freedom.
We'll sneak you in the car. Okay, shh, don't tell anybody.
Okay. Part 1.
What are you doing?
Once upon a time, in Lehi, Utah, one man dreamed of redefining love. Kody Brown built a family on faith, courage, and the belief that plural love could thrive in modern America. When TLC's Sister Wives premiered in 2010, it wasn't just a show, it was a cultural earthquake. 4 wives, 1 husband, 1 massive dream. But as fame grew, so did the fractures. Love that once united them began turning into quiet competition and quiet resentment. While America watched for entertainment, the Browns were living emotional warfare in real time. Christine, I didn't feel loved for years. Meri, he told me he's not in love with me anymore. Robyn, silent, tearful glance. And now, even his children are questioning if Kody ever loved any of them at all. In the latest episode, Kody faces his family's anger head-on, accused of being distant and not madly in love with anyone but Robyn. Kody, clip. I refuse to be punished by my kids for a crime I didn't commit. But the crime, as his daughters see it, is neglect, emotional abandonment that started years ago. Christine's wedding to David Woolley, Janelle's independent glow, Meri's solo life. As his family moves on, Kody stays frozen in time, still defending a past that no longer exists. He's gaslighting everyone. Robyn's his only focus. It's like he doesn't even care about the other kids. For the first time, fans, wives, and children all share one emotion, heartbreak. But Kody's about to reveal something that turns that heartbreak into something darker. This time, Kody doesn't stay silent. He's done apologizing. Kody, I've given everything, my money, my love, my energy, and still, I'm the bad guy? It's a moment of raw defiance, but underneath the anger lies fear. Fear of being forgotten, fear of being replaced. Kody's pattern shows emotional dysregulation, someone trying to control chaos by holding tighter, even as everything slips away. For years, he's been accused of favoritism, but in his mind, it's survival, choosing the only wife who still believes in him. She's not the villain either, just the last person standing beside him. And when the cameras cut off, Kody's private breakdown finally surfaces. Off camera, close friends reveal a different Kody, not the arrogant man fans mock, but a broken one. He doesn't sleep. He replays every argument. He says, I built a family for God, and now I can't even call half my kids. Behind the beard and bravado, there's exhaustion, a man trying to defend his legacy while quietly collapsing inside it. And then the leaked message changes everything. Dad, you say you didn't do anything wrong, but doing nothing is what broke us. Those 12 words became the emotional headline of the season. Tweets, Reddit comments, TikToks flashing. Doing nothing is the crime. He's blind to his own silence. But Kody's about to say something that no one, not even Robyn, saw coming. In a shocking private confession, Kody admits he's been living with depression for years. Kody: I'm not distant. I'm empty. I'm burnt out. I can't even feel joy anymore. For over a decade, he carried the emotional load of 4 marriages, 18 children, endless filming, and relentless public judgment. He's not emotionally unavailable by choice. He's emotionally depleted. And that twist changes everything. He's not the monster. He's a man who forgot how to feel loved. The man who built a family on love now stands alone, learning what love really costs. Maybe this isn't the end of Sister Wives. Maybe it's the beginning of truth. We're all human. Kody needs healing, not hate. Families fall apart, but healing is still possible. Love doesn't always look like perfection sometimes. It's just showing up again after everything breaks. Part 2. It started as an experiment in love, 4 marriages, 1 man, 1 shared dream. In 2010, Sister Wives introduced America to Kody Brown, the man who said love could multiply. But beneath the laughter was something no one wanted to admit: competition, jealousy, and emotional exhaustion. I didn't feel like I mattered. Meri: we were already broken before we moved to Flagstaff. Janelle: we were living separate lives under one last name. And then came the breaking point, the pandemic. What was meant to bring them closer only tore them further apart. By 2023, 3 of the 4 sister wives had walked away, and America was watching every step. Christine Brown was the first to walk and the first to smile again. Christine: I just decided I deserve love. Real love. After more than 25 years, Christine took her heart and her kids and left the family behind. Fans call her the Phoenix wife, rising from the ashes of heartbreak into a new chapter. Christine is glowing. She's happier than ever. She's proof that healing is possible. Christine's journey wasn't rebellion, it was rebirth. And her courage became the spark that lit the fuse for everyone else. But while Christine was dancing again, Janelle was preparing for war. Janelle Brown, calm, rational, loyal. For years she was Kody's anchor, until even she had enough. Janelle: I'm not going to stay in something that makes me feel less than. Financial independence was her weapon, emotional boundaries her armor. When she walked out, she didn't cry, she exhaled, and fans saw a woman rediscovering herself one day at a time. Janelle is all of us starting over. She's strong, calm, and done explaining herself. Her message to women everywhere was simple: you don't need permission to reclaim your peace. But while Janelle built her independence, Meri was still clinging to hope, the most painful kind. Meri Brown was the first wife and the last to let go. Her journey wasn't about leaving. It was about accepting that love sometimes leaves you. Meri: I kept waiting for him to love me again, but I was waiting for a version of him that didn't exist anymore. When she finally said goodbye, it wasn't dramatic. It was peaceful, the sound of silence after years of trying to be heard. She's now building her own empire, no longer Kody's wife, but her own woman. Meri finally got her peace. That woman's strength is unreal. And as the ex-wives rebuild, one question remains: what's left for Kody and Robyn? Robyn Brown, the last wife standing. When the others walked away, Robyn got what she once said: she wanted Kody all to herself. But the reality? Being the last wife isn't a victory, it's a sentence. Robyn's isolation is a mirror. It reflects how dependency can look like devotion. Fans now call her the lonely queen sitting on a throne built on tears. Robyn looks miserable. Kody's not happy, just lost. She got him, but lost the sisterhood. And here lies the twist: while Kody clings to what's left, the women he lost are finally free. It turns out the real love story was never about him at all. 3 ex-wives, 3 new beginnings. Christine found love again. Janelle found purpose. Meri found peace. And Kody? He found himself facing the reflection of every choice he made. Maybe this was never about polygamy. Maybe it was about 4 women learning what love isn't before rediscovering what love can be. In the ashes of heartbreak, these women found something priceless themselves. If you've ever had to rebuild from the pieces someone else left behind, this story is for you. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. When TLC premiered Sister Wives in 2010, it felt revolutionary. Kody Brown, a self-proclaimed modern polygamist, opened his family to the world. In those first seasons, viewers saw unity, a tribe bound by faith and laughter. But even then, cracks were forming. Christine once said in season 3, "I feel like I'm the basement wife, the one left behind." That wasn't jealousy, it was prophecy. As cameras rolled, Kody's energy shifted. His affection for Robyn, the newest wife, became the center of gravity. At that time, Utah's anti-bigamy laws forced the Browns to flee to Nevada. Polygamy wasn't just controversial, it was illegal. The pressure wasn't only emotional, it was existential. But it wasn't the law that would break this family, it was love. In a recent episode, Kody faces his family's fury. Accused of being distant and not madly in love with his wives, he fires back. "Kody, I refuse to be punished by my kids for a crime I didn't commit." But to his children, that crime was emotional abandonment. For years, they watched him choose Robyn's home while theirs grew cold. Kody doesn't even try anymore. He's emotionally gone. You can love Robyn, but don't erase the others. The backlash was instant. Twitter trends, YouTube recaps, fan outrage. And in that noise, 3 women made a quiet decision that changed reality TV forever. Because when Christine walked out that door, she took more than her heart, she took Kody's control. Christine Brown was first. In 2021, after 27 years, she announced, "Kody and I have grown apart, and I've made the difficult decision to leave." Her departure wasn't rebellion, it was reclamation. Fans flooded social media, calling her the Phoenix wife. One Reddit comment read, "Christine taught us it's never too late to choose joy." Then came Janelle, the pragmatic one. She built the finances, the home, the backbone. But even she reached her breaking point. Janelle, "I'm not angry anymore. I'm free." And finally, Meri, the original wife, the forgotten heart. After years of silence, she posted a simple message. "He's made it clear he's not coming back. I deserve peace." By 2024, the sister wives were no longer plural. They were independent women redefining what family means. But as the women thrived, Kody's world and his ego began to unravel. Robyn Brown, the last wife, the one fans once labeled the favorite. When the others left, she didn't win, she inherited the wreckage. In one confessional, Robyn whispered, "I wanted sisterhood. I didn't want this." When a relationship dynamic collapses, the one left behind carries not just guilt, but survivor's remorse. Kody once said, "Love should multiply." Now it's divided by one. And that's when fans noticed something. Kody's confidence was gone. His fiery interviews turned shaky. His defenses became desperate. And then came the confession, one that reframed everything. "Kody, I'm not distant. I'm depressed." It was the line no one expected. After years of accusations, favoritism, neglect, pride, Kody admitted what fans had missed. He's emotionally burned out. 2 decades of scrutiny, financial stress, and fractured family ties have left him hollow. The man once portrayed as a villain wasn't heartless, he was broken. But his awakening came too late. Christine had moved on. Janelle had rebuilt. Meri had healed. And Robyn? She was trapped in the memory of what once was. This was never a story about polygamy. It was a story about human endurance, about women learning self-worth through heartbreak. And yet, even as he falls, Kody's story may not be over. In 2025, the sister wives live separate lives, but share one unspoken truth. They're stronger apart than they ever were together. What began as a story of faith ended as a lesson in freedom. Christine found love. Janelle found independence. Meri found peace. And Kody found himself facing the man he became. When the latest Sister Wives season aired, social media exploded. Thousands of fans who once rooted for the family began to mourn them instead. On Reddit, one user wrote, "We watched them build love, and now we're watching the ruins." Another said, "Kody looks hollow. He's not angry, he's grieving." But the backlash wasn't just judgment, it was reflection. Many women saw themselves in Christine, Janelle, and Meri. In one Facebook group, a viewer wrote, "Leaving doesn't mean you failed. It means you finally believed you deserved peace." The internet wasn't mocking a breakup. It was processing its own heartbreak through theirs. And that wave of empathy became the turning point that redefined the sister wives' legacy. Long before emotional cracks appeared, the Browns fought a different kind of battle, a legal one. In 2011, Utah prosecutors reopened their investigation into the family's lifestyle, forcing them to flee to Las Vegas. Their lawsuit, Brown v. Booman, became historic. It challenged Utah's cohabitation laws and, for a brief time, decriminalized plural marriage. It wasn't just about legality, it was about survival. Imagine raising children under constant threat that your love could make you criminals. That fear shaped the Browns long before fame, and it silently shaped how they loved each other. But when the law finally loosened, the emotional chains remained. Beyond the cameras and confessionals are 18 children, the quiet witnesses of everything that happened. Some, like Gwendolyn, have spoken openly about their struggles with Kody's distance. Others, like McKelty, walk a tightrope torn between love for both parents. And fans often forget, while adults debate who was right or wrong, these kids grew up watching their family fall apart on national television. They've inherited not just memories, but lessons. Lessons about boundaries, loyalty, and the cost of silence. Because someday, the children's voices might become the next chapter of this story. As the screen fades and the family's voices quiet, one truth lingers. This wasn't just reality TV. It was real life unraveling in front of millions. 4 women learned to rebuild from ashes. 1 man learned what it means to stand alone. And together, they taught an audience that sometimes endings are the only way to begin again. The sister wives' story isn't over. It's only shifting from 1 man's dream to 4 women's rebirth. For women everywhere who have ever been told to stay quiet, to settle, to accept less, this isn't just their story, it's yours. If you believe in second chances, in rebuilding after heartbreak, tap subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to hear that it's never too late to start over.